Hi. So I took part in a CAS activity which I named as We Care, Educating Children in Kenya. So We Care is a non-governmental organization which is actively involved in donating in the donations for a better cause, usually for providing education to children and distributing incomes, etc. In this activity, a couple of friends and I tied up with um, We Care organization and encouraged students from our school and the locality to donate books in order to provide them to children or orphans in Kenya who are underprivileged. In this way, um, I will be talking about my reflection and the key points which I've taken into account, where what I perceived and noticed, and how I felt being involved, and what I thought the activity was about itself, and what the activity meant to me, and most importantly, what value does it have in my life and my everyday life. But before we get into this, I wanted to discuss about the creativity action and service. As it is for creativity section of it, I was actively involved in the making of the poster and developing new ideas in order to find out ways in which uh, we could get boxes in order to collect these donations and strategically place them in the school as well as other locations. Similarly, couple of friends and I, we went around malls and other locations wherein we found places to requested for places where we could keep the books in a certain area. And most importantly, this involved moving around the city. And since I was an active runner, I could run between two places or two shops or two malls because Dubai is very interconnected. And this way I found multiple places. And finally, we collected these donations and we could manage to send these donations off. So the first main point which I've considered is what I perceived and noticed. Usually, this was my first activity where I have helped a large community. I realized that helping these children or these underprivileged children and giving them a small amount of happiness could give me could leave me contented. In this way, I felt as a part of something that that I was actively involved in, and I also felt like I was part of something of a great cause. And in this way, I noticed that my character and my personality as a whole developed into a more considerate and generous attitude. So being involved in this, again, it to reiterate, it helped in my character development. So I felt like I was responsible, and just by looking at the picture which is on the screen right here, this is a picture that was taken by the organization, and the smiles just merely show the level of elation that the students or the orphans had, though they were underprivileged. So in this way, I felt that giving a smile to one small child could create a small step towards a change in the world. Over and above, as I forgot to mention earlier, we did collect the books. However, we also took into account ethical implications. For example, since these kids are small and the Kenyan culture involved witchcraft and wizardry and whatnot, we were requested in order to not collect books which contained details about witchcraft or wizardry, as it was considered something as a taboo in their society. So this ethical implication was taken into account, which therefore promoted us to uh, collect books according to their requirements. For moving on, the other question that I that I would like to reflect about is what I thought and felt about the activity itself. Again, this activity was completely involved my a self initiative. As I saw this poster on the school notice board, I felt that I could be a part of something small, and these small steps could help in changing maybe the life of maybe a life of one person in another country. So I feel that in in our world or in our countries, we are blessed with um, the the privileges of even getting books, food, and basic amenities. However, children in Kenya, even though they are not born to such societies, they are underprivileged and yet to manage to find happiness among all of this. So in this way, I felt that giving small donations from our side would help in bestowing them with a smile, or at least teaching them with something. In this way, I was encouraged in order to request for Geronimo Stilton books, which had the perfect blend of education as well as a um, fictitious reading, which seemed to be intriguing for a large number of children at that particular age. So as a whole, this activity did mean a lot to me. Because it shaped me as a person, and it promoted me to to uptake my responsibilities, and also to help me out help people out as much as I could. Even though these children were abroad, uh, we we did put the effort to help them, and this activity does carry a great value in today's world. For example, in today's world, we see that a lot of people don't really care about things like this, and because they are indulged in their own privileges. So, in our world, we need to, it is highly important that giving people something, or generosity and consideration, would lead to would lead to people being happy, and their happiness is what determines their success. As a result, the whole world would be beneficial if these children at an early age could be trained to be literate, because children are the root of the growth of our civilization. So, and the final question that I want to address is what I learned from this activity. Unfortunately, though we managed to collect some books, this activity as a whole would not proceed with the shipping of the books. However, we did manage to deliver few books, but according to my expectations, a large number of books were not delivered. But this particular section has received approximately $1,300 of donation by several other people, and I aim to take part in such projects in future, because I feel that consideration and generosity are key things to see the change in the world. So I live by the quote of Mahatma Gandhi, where he said, "Be the change that you want to see." And in my real life, I realized that even that helping out children and providing them with a hint of happiness in their everyday lives, or even once in a month or a week, could bequeath them with resilience, and resilience is what helps us move forward in our lives these days. So this is what the activity taught me. So overall, the creativity that I put into this, and also the effort that I managed to serve these students, really shaped me as a character and recast my interest in this to a form of innovation, wherein I now see these NGOs through a lens in which I could take part and help in the development of certain children, who are the roots of our civilization. Thank you.